Salt. The tiny crystals you sprinkle on your fries could actually hide one of the biggest treasures beneath our feet. What if I told you some salt reserves are so massive, they could swallow entire skyscrapers? And wait, there's one salt mine where people once lived underground for decades. We all know we need salt to survive. But here's the real puzzle. Why is so much of it trapped inside mountains, deserts, and even under oceans? And what does that say about Earth's ancient history? Step into a salt reserve, and the first thing you notice isn't taste, it's scale. Take Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia. It's not just a salt flat. It's bigger than some countries, stretching over 10,000 square kilometers. That's about the size of Jamaica, covered entirely in salt. And here's a twist. When it rains, the whole surface turns into the largest natural mirror on Earth. So flat that scientists use it to calibrate satellites. But Bolivia is just one chapter. Head to Pakistan, and you'll find the Khewra salt mine. This place isn't just a mine, it's like a city underground, with tunnels carved through pink Himalayan salt. Tourists walk inside glowing salt chambers. But what most people don't know is that miners once built a hospital inside it, believing the air itself had healing properties. And here is the suspense. We've barely scratched the surface, because salt isn't just sitting pretty. It's shaped trade, wars, and even empires. Imagine life before refrigeration. Salt was gold. It preserved meat, fish, even vegetables. Roman soldiers were partly paid in salt. That S, where the word salori comes from. In fact, some ancient roads, like the Via Salaria in Italy, were literally built for transporting salt. But let's expand. Today, salt reserves fuel more than cooking. Huge amounts go into dicing roads every winter. In the US alone, millions of tons are dumped each year just to keep highways safe. And even more goes into chemical industries, plastics, and even the soap in your bathroom. Here's a playful riddle for you. What do your car battery, the food on your plate, and skyscraper windows all have in common? The answer: they all depend on salt in one way or another. Sodium compounds help make glass. Chlorine disinfects water. And without it, modern cities would quite literally shut down. NASA scientists even study ancient salt crystals trapped in rocks. Why? Because some contain tiny bubbles of water that are millions of years old, like nature's time capsules. And yet, for all its importance, salt also has a dark side. Entire wars were fought to control it. In the 18th century, the French Gabelle salt tax was so hated that it became one of the sparks for the French Revolution. So here's the ripple effect. Salt isn't just a mineral, it's one of history's quiet power players. Now, push this thought experiment further. What if we suddenly lost access to Earth's biggest salt reserves? Cities in colder regions would be paralyzed in winter. Food industries would collapse overnight. Hospitals would struggle, since saline drips are literally just salt water saving lives. But here's the myth bust. People often believe Himalayan pink salt is somehow healthier or magical compared to regular table salt. Truth is, chemically, they're almost identical, mostly sodium chloride. The pink color, just tiny amounts of iron oxide or rust. Models disagree on exactly how long our reserves will last, but scientists estimate we have more than enough salt for thousands of years. Still, it raises an unsettling thought. Our entire modern lifestyle rests on something as small and ordinary as grains of salt. Remember that hidden detail from the start. There's one salt mine where people once lived underground. That's the Wieliczka salt mine in Poland. Not only does it have chapels carved out of salt, but during World War II, entire sections were used as hospitals and shelter. It's so vast, it stretches for hundreds of kilometers beneath the earth. Walking through it feels like stepping into a cathedral made of crystals. So here is my question for you. If something as ordinary as salt can hide underground cities, what else do you think Earth might be keeping secret right beneath our feet? So, quick recap. One, salt reserves like Salar de Uyuni aren't just beautiful. They shape technology and science. 2, salts has fueled wars, economies, and even revolutions. 3, myths aside, salt is ordinary and magical at the same time, because it keeps civilization running in ways we barely notice. If you've been with me till now, you've seen how something as simple as salt connects deserts, oceans, empires, and even space research. That's exactly what we do here. Turn everyday what-ifs into extraordinary journeys. So if you enjoyed this ride, consider subscribing, because next, we're re-diving into another hidden force beneath our feet. What if we suddenly drilled too deep into Earth's crust? So tell me, if salt can reshape history, what secrets do you think Earth's core is hiding? Click the next video, and let's find out.